Hello besties, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's doing book stuff video. We are so back. I've gotten so many requests for this video because I used to do this video every single month last year. I did think it got a bit repetitive, so I stopped doing them, but I thought why not bring it back at least once or twice for this year, and we're gonna do a bunch of book stuff, obviously, as the title says in this video. I was thinking we're gonna go to Barnes. There's a book I want to buy and read, so a reading vlog, book shopping, updating my reading journal that I literally haven't touched since maybe before my slump. It's been months since I've updated that. I have an August TBR. I want to show you guys what's on my radar for this month, and then maybe some summer I turn pretty thoughts, because the season has been quite the journey, honestly. But everything he says pisses me off. And honestly, it's like rage bait at this point, the show. Turn around, walk back out the door. I do want to thank today's sponsor, which is Rocket Money. So thank you, Rocket Money, for sponsoring today's video. More on that later. I thought today we could start with book shopping because I want to get the book I want to read in this video specifically. I've been wanting to read this book all summer, and summer is going to be over soon, so I need to read it because it's specifically for me a seasonal read. So I want to buy it from Barnes & Noble because they have an edition that I really want. And usually I'm not like really particular with like editions that I get, but this one, like, I need this one. It is so cute. And I told myself, since I've done a really good job personally, in my opinion, I feel like I did a pretty good job this year of not, you know, buying too many books or keeping books that are like on my radar on my phone or my Fable want to read app and buying them when I'm in the mood to read them at that moment. I do have some still on my physical TBR that I've got that I haven't gotten to, but hopefully by the end of this year I've like lessened that. So anyway, all of that to say, I feel like I did a pretty good job this year, and I want to buy some books that have been on my radar and on my like mental want to read list at Barnes & Noble today. I don't know how many I'm gonna get. We'll see. I'm just gonna keep an open mind. I'm not going in there with any thoughts of exactly what I want to get. We'll see what I come out with, except the one book we're gonna start today. It's supposed to be beautiful out today. It's so crazy because it's been so humid. Like, you would walk out at like 8 a.m. and it would already be like, you could start sweating, like summer, peak summer weather. And now, as soon as August hit, it has been so beautiful, no humidity, beautiful breeze, and it's like the most wonderful weather. It almost feels like beginning of fall, which is so crazy. But it says that the UV is going to be a little bit high today. I'd like to sit outside and tan for a little bit and read our book. So first on our to-do list is to head over to Barnes, get the book I want to read, and also see what else they have. There's nothing like an early morning Barnes trip. I'm not gonna be the first customer today though. It's like 10 something, so hopefully I'm not like the first person in there. Usually I go at like 9 a.m. right when they open. Not today though. I'm not gonna be the first person there. But let's go to Barnes & Noble. Back from Barnes & Noble. Before we go sit inside and start the book, the one we're going to be reading in this video is Summer in the City by Alex Astor. I've been wanting to read this all summer, and I feel like it's the perfect time before summer ends. Like, we have to get this in. And I can confidently say I am the #1 hater of sprayed edges, but more specifically the paperbacks, like the solid colors. I don't think it's very cute on paperbacks, but on hardcovers I think they could be very pretty. If it's not like very like just like plain colored, I think that if it has like a design, it could be pretty cute. And for some reason I just love the one on this one. It has little taxis across, and what's really fun in this one is there's a map of New York, which I think is just so cute, and I'm kind of just obsessed with the hardcover of this as well. So I knew I needed the Barnes & Noble edition of this one. There was another edition that had like pink skyline across the edges, but I wanted the Barnes & Noble exclusive, which was this one, and I'm really excited about it because I read Light Lark over last winter. I think I read the second one in a 24-hour readathon during Bookmas, so I know her writing is very fast-paced, but I definitely want to read her first like romance book. We're gonna get into this one when I go outside, but I did buy 2 other books that I'm really excited about. For some reason right now I'm really into literary fiction, general fiction. I think it's because I overdid it maybe with romances. I don't know, it's all feeling very similar. Also with the fantasy, romantasy, everything just felt very same, and I kept giving out 3 stars, so I was like, okay, I need to switch it up. The first one I got was Broken Country. This one's been on my spring TBRs when I first heard of it when it came out this year. I wanted to get it because I feel like if I have it on my physical TBR, I'll pick it up sooner. This one is definitely on my radar for the next few weeks. I want to read it so bad. It's like a general general fiction slash mystery slash second chance romance mixed in here. It's funny because I couldn't find Somewhere in the City. It was on like an end cap where I don't really look on like that side of the store. So I did ask the guy because he's like, do you need any help? And I was like, yeah, actually I do. Do you have Somewhere in the City? So he looked on the computer and they had a few left. So he found this for me, but we were on a little bit of a chase around the store finding this. Like we were looking in every single section together and I felt so bad, but we found it. And then I was trying to find this book that I got, which is The Book Club for Troublesome Women by Marie Bostwick. This has been on my radar for a while too. This one's a historical fiction about women who join a book club, and I've been wanting to read this for a really long time, but every time I go into Barnes, I saw it was like a hardcover in the hardcover section, so I was looking there. I looked in the fiction section in the hardcover, and then I eventually, like after like 10-15 minutes of trying to find this book, I was like, hey, I have to ask again. And I don't know why I don't like asking. I was like, I can find this myself. The fun part of looking for books is actually going to find it for me. So I did end up asking the same guy, and I was like, actually, one more if you don't mind. Like, do you have this book? And they had one left. And I told him, I was like, okay, I've seen it like a hardcover, like if that helps in the section. So we went to the hardcover sections of like new books or wherever that this is usually in. After like a few minutes of us literally just running around the store, he asked the other worker and she was like, yeah, it's on the front table and it's a paperback. Oh my god, I felt so bad. I was like, I'm sorry for saying it was hardcover. Like I've only ever seen it in hardcover, but I guess it recently came out in paperback, and I felt so bad. He was like, no, it's fine. Sorry for making you get your steps. And I was like, good with me, thank you for all your help. So I did pick this one up and I'm really excited about it. I've heard great things about it from people who have read it. They said they think that I would enjoy it as well. So really happy with my purchases. And like I said, I haven't been in the biggest romance mood, but I think this one is perfect obviously for the summertime. Like I have to read it while it's still sunny, and I do think it's good to have a romance in between like the general fiction that I've been getting into. So this is our choice for right now. I have no idea what the summary of this one is other than a rom-com in New York City. I heard that it gives like the perfect rom-com vibes. Like you can picture it like a rom-com movie, which I'm really excited about. And since it takes place in the city, I'm excited because I do go to the city quite often. So I'm excited to see like different places that I've been maybe in the city, especially since there's a map. I feel like we'll definitely go in a few places that I've either been or seen or at least heard of. This would be good for one of my booked in series, like going to the city and reading this, but that wasn't on my plans, at least for the summertime, and I want to read it in the summer. So we're gonna go outside. I'm gonna set up my chair. We're gonna start this book and we're gonna get into it. Is in the book and you like get context for it, because obviously the title makes sense for the book. It's like New York City summer, but we just got context for it and it makes more sense, and I love when that happens. I thought we could do a first impressions book update. I also thought we could talk about my August TBR that I picked out, and I have a couple packages for my PO box that maybe we can open together. So let's start Summer in the City. I'm about almost 70 pages in, and so far it's good. It's cute. It's like a typical quintessential rom-com vibes. I've gotten to exactly what the summary kind of tells you. So basically we're following Elle or Ellie. It's Elle. She's a very popular screenwriter, but she hides her persona, so she likes to be secluded. She's very much an introvert. She does not like to leave the house or anything like that. And in the prologue, she meets our main character. Then something happens. Now it's a few years later. She comes back to New York. She doesn't love New York because, again, she likes to stay in her house. There's so much going on. So you definitely get the scenery of New York, because now where we're at, she's now exploring it a bit for her new play. But she has a lot of writer's block, and she's hired to write this like huge new like movie. She has this new muse, which is her new neighbor, and he is Parker, who's the guy from like earlier in the book, but she is really good at holding grudges apparently, because she does not like him. She actually pretty much hates him. It's like giving, like, you know, the romance enemies to lovers in a sense, but only on her side. Like she just really doesn't like him, and I feel like the grudge is it's kind of annoying. Like just kind of let it go a little bit, get to know him a little bit, but she just like all from the first moment seeing him again is like, no, I hate you. You can't come anywhere near me. And he's also a billionaire. He also needs something out of this, and he kind of says like, we're gonna fake date for the summer. That's kind of it. It has like those, again, quintessential rom-com tropes in here, but I'm really excited to see them like explore the city together. She's gonna like get out of the house, because I relate to her on some sense, because she's like I love when people cancel on me. I love staying home. Like, that's best case scenario. And she just likes to go to the coffee shops and go back home. She's an introvert. She doesn't like to leave her house, which for some extent that is also me, but I do like to, I don't know, do some things. But I can relate to her on that sense. So I'm happy for her to get out of the house or be forced to get out of the house. I think that'll be good for her. But so far it's good. I mean, it's very, very fast paced, which I'm enjoying. It's nothing crazy, but I'm very excited to continue reading this when I pick it back up. Into my August TBR. So for my Patreon, like the highest tier, I do extra videos, and for the month of August I was like, okay, I'm gonna do one of those TBR videos. I haven't done one at all this year for YouTube, and I just want to take a break from it, because last year I did one monthly and it felt like I was not forcing myself to like stick to the TBR, but I personally just feel guilty when I don't read the TBR that I specifically picked out for that month, and I had other books I wanted to read and I didn't read the ones I picked. It just like, it was like a mind thing, a personal thing, so I stopped doing it this year and I've been loving it. I now have like seasonal TBRs and they're much larger, and I have just like a general sense of like things to pick from throughout the month, and I can stray away from it. I don't feel guilty about it, but I do miss it like a lot. So I tried it out for the Patreon and they picked my August TBR for me. They picked some, and then I also did like a TBR drop prompt, so there's 10 books I picked from just to try it out, and I'm kind of loving it. Having a set TBR, I probably won't get to all 10 books obviously, because so far this year I haven't been reading like that much monthly, but it's been fun so far. So hopefully, like, if this goes well, if I read a few of them on the TBR, we can do one for the fall and like the fall months into winter. If you guys missed those videos, let me know, because I can do maybe a few more. We can do some fun ways to pick the TBR together. You guys can help me out each month. Here are the books that I chose, or they helped me choose for my August TBR. There was 10 of them. I've already read, let's see, I think 2. Yeah, I've read 2 out of 10 of them, so we're on a good track, because we're still, as I'm filming this, in the first week of August, so that's, is it the second week of August? I don't know. It's August 8th, so technically we're in the second week. Whatever. Anyway, here are the 10 books that I chose, or they helped me choose from that. So the first 2 that I already read is Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan, which is part of the Skyland series, and I wanted to read that so bad since it came out, and I finally read it. That's gonna be in a video that's already out at this point. You guys will see my thoughts on that, as well as the other book I read, which is Wild Dark Shore. Was really excited about that one because I saw such great ratings for it, but the genre's a little bit out of my comfort zone. It's like a general fiction mystery mixture, but I really enjoyed that one. Here are the other 10. So actually, Somewhere in the City is one of the ones that are on there, so this will knock off another one from the August TBR. That'll be 3 books out of 10 down. And then there's one other one that I don't physically have, and that is 7 Summers by Page 2, and I really want to read that before summer's over, so hopefully I can get to that this month. I can't find it at any barns, so I think I'm gonna have to either Kindle it or order it online. I tried to find it at other bookstores too, and like no one's got it in stock anywhere near me. And then we have The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. This one's going to be in a video sometime this month, so I'll definitely be reading this, and I'm really excited about it because people have such mixed reviews on here. It's like 2 completely different sides. You're either like 5-6 star, you're obsessed with this book, or you just like completely don't like it and you think it's like really slow paced, not a great book. So I'm excited to see like which part or like which side I land on, but I'm excited about it because it's like a mystery. Some people say it's like a fiction mixed with mystery, but I think it takes place at like a camp. Someone went missing, and now I don't know actually what it's about, but I'm gonna be reading this, so I'm excited about that. Then we have Far and Away by Amy Pople. This one is general fiction about 2 families from 2 different countries that like swap houses in like the opposite countries. I haven't really thought about this one, but this one's one of those where it's like if I don't know what to read, at least this one's like high on my radar because it's on the TBR. It's one of those, so I'm not gonna be upset if I don't get to it, but it's on the TBR anyway. Then I have The Really Dead Wives of New Jersey. This one I bought a few months ago, and I just bought it because it had New Jersey in it. I thought it would be a fun mystery. It's really short, also feel like could be really fast paced. It's kind of like a twist on The Real Housewives of New Jersey, but make it like, I think like a murder mystery. I think does one of them die? It's just maybe like a palate cleanser type of mystery. We'll see when I get to that one. The other one is the one that I bought earlier today, and that is The Book Club for Troublesome Women. I'm really excited about this one, but it's another one that I won't be upset if I don't read it in the summertime. If it gets closer to fall and I read this, I think it'll be good timing for it as well. I feel like it's not very much like a seasonal read. I feel like you can read this in any season, so this is on the TBR though for August. And then the last 2 are actually 2 fantasies, so I thought like going into the fall time, like later on in August, going into September, maybe I can try to get back into fantasy, and I feel like the 2 I have here are probably my best bet. They just all feel very same to me, and I haven't found one that I've been enjoying, so I think taking the break was good, and now going back into it might be a bit more refreshing. So the first one though is Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. This was her newest release. All I know is it's lesbian vampires, and I'm really excited about it. I've heard incredible things from everyone that read it. Really enjoyed it, so this one's high on my radar, but probably like later in the month, into the fall time maybe. And then finally, Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. This one I got the arc of. It comes out the end of this month, so I was hoping to read it before it comes out, but I'm not putting any pressure on it because I want to read it when I'm in the mood for it. This one's fantasy about 2 characters that I think They might be academic rivals that travel into hell to save their professor or something like that. The back of it has a quote on it that makes me a bit intrigued. So this is on the August TBR, and it's the last one on the TBR. I do have a few packages from my P.O. box. Maybe we can open together. I haven't gone in a few days. My mom just went to the post office and she grabbed these for me. So let's see what's in here. Oh my god, I've been so excited about this. Oh my god, I'm freaking out. Hold on, let me open it. So I got an email a few weeks ago now from Grace at Picked and Patched. That's the name of her shop that she has. And she essentially sent me what she does, and she puts like patchworks onto shirts. So it's really, really cute what she's doing. I made a little Pinterest board for her and I sent it over, and she put the patches on a t-shirt for me. And this is the first time I'm seeing it and I'm freaking out. This is adorable. This is it's the cutest, and also such a thoughtful business too, because it's like all things you love on a shirt, but like she like does it. This is so cute. Okay, here's what we have. There's tulips and a matcha, and then there's a little ticket for Harry's House songs, a little daylight matches. It says welcome to the Jersey Shore, and then there's a little matchbox thing with a reader and a wine glass. I am obsessed with this. It has all my favorite things on it, but when I'm wearing it, I feel like it's very discreet enough to like just throw on. I'm gonna link her shop down below. Before we get into the rest of the packages, speaking of shopping and buying things and going book shopping today, I want to thank today's sponsor again, which is Rocket Money. So thank you, Rocket Money, for sponsoring today's video. I have personally been signed up for Rocket Money since the first time I heard of them, and they sponsored the first video, and I've talked about them plenty of times on my videos. I am personally someone that will sign up for a 7-day free trial for something and then completely forget about it, and that is where Rocket Money steps in. If you haven't heard of Rocket Money, they're a personal finance app that allows you to manage bills, lower subscriptions, make a custom budget, and grow your savings all in one place. It is super easy to use. It's just an all-in-one app that helps you save more and manage your money better, which personally for me is so helpful. For someone that does like to shop, it keeps me in check. I will get emails consistently saying you have like an undetected, whether I throw out like a Zelle without like a subject, they mark it and they tell you, they're like, let us know if this was you or not. They keep things in check. And then also if there was a transaction detected, they let you know and they email you, which is very super helpful. So opening up the app, there's a lot you can do in here, and Rocket Money actually makes a list of all your subscriptions. You can literally cancel the ones you don't want anymore with just like a few taps. It is so easy. So on the app here, it is so super easy to use. On the front, you can scroll through all of your information, your credit score, your current spends, your total net worth, and if you scroll down, it gives you your accounts and your balances. And then if you keep going down, it has recent transactions. So you can see them all listed there. On the bottom, if you click recurring and you view your subscriptions, this is where you can see all of the things obviously that you're subscribed to and whether you want to cancel it or keep it there, or just to keep up with what you are subscribed to if you forget. And then if you click spending, it shows you all of the information you have for that. So like your income, total spend. If you want to start a budget, it can help you with that. Rocket Money has helped members save up to $740 a year when you use all of the app's premium features. They've also helped members save over $500 million in canceled subscriptions. Like, it truly is the best app to help with that. You guys can go to rocketmoney.com/Karoli or click the link in the description to get started for free. You can also unlock even more features with premium. I highly recommend, whether you're trying to cancel subscriptions or keep up with them, if you're trying to save money or budget your money. There's so many ways you can use Rocket Money, and I highly recommend. I love using Rocket Money. Thank you, Rocket Money, for sponsoring today's video. Okay, into the next package. This one came in an Amazon package. Oh, it's a book, but there's no note in here. It's just a little book. It's called Tuesdays with Maury. I've actually heard of this by Mitch Albom. I had a friend who was reading this in college, I remember. It's when I first saw this book, and then I've seen it around a few times. I know it's a popular book, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's about... Actually, don't 100% know. I don't have any notes in here. It's completely empty. So if you did send this to me, thank you. I need to look up what this is about. This is the 25th anniversary edition. Whoever sent this to me, please let me know, and thank you. I've actually seen this when I go to Barnes. Like, I notice it when I see it on the tables, and I'm never like inclined to pick it up, but now that I have it, I definitely am. So thank you. Aww. Okay, I got a little envelope sent from Bestie Olivia with a few stickers, and it actually has her graduation card in here, which I've been getting so many graduation cards. I have no idea how you guys found my P.O. box. I've gotten at least 20 in my P.O. box. So if any of you sent your graduation cards, I received them, and thank you so much. I, again, don't know how you found my P.O. box, but it was just like for a consistent like week, I just kept getting them in the mail. And I don't know where you guys came from, but I'm congrats to all of you. I'm so happy for you. You're all amazing. Thank you for sending them. I appreciate them, for you guys even thinking to send them to me. And Olivia, congrats on graduating. Have so much fun in college. You seem so kind and so sweet. Thank you for watching my videos. You guys are always so sweet. It's always fun seeing like your faces and getting like a note and just like, it feels personal. So thank you. Our last package is here. I don't know what this is. Oh, this is a coloring book. Okay, I'm so excited. Okay, this is from Bestie Natalie in the book club. She is the sweetest ever. I keep seeing people continuing to color and I want to get back into it, and she creates her own like coloring books. It's called Nat's Patch. This one is called the Cute Days coloring book. She is so talented. It's so cute. There's also a few stickers in here, but look how cute the coloring book is. I'm gonna link her in the description as well if you want a new coloring book, you want to support a fellow bestie over here. Thank you. I'm so excited. I'm gonna get back into coloring. I really want to. I have a few of her stuff too that I would like to color in, and I feel like getting into the fall I like to do more hobbies, especially when it gets colder in the winter too. It's like you don't want to go out and do anything, so I need other hobbies, so I definitely want to get back into coloring. Thank you. Okay, that is all for right now. I'm gonna go continue reading. Tomorrow we are working on the reading journal. That is tomorrow's task and tomorrow's thing, because I really want to update it and I feel inspired to get creative again, so that's definitely exciting. But I will see you guys then. Hello, it is now the next day. I thought while I cut out the pictures and the little book prints for the reading journal, we can talk about The Summer I Turned Pretty season 3. Let's talk season 3. Honestly, I read the books. I read all 3 of them. I think it was like 2021 or 2022 before the show came out, and I don't remember like specific details about it because I know I'll look at TikTok after the show, like, or after an episode comes out, and, like, people pick up on little things from the books, but like I really don't. Only like the big moments I remember, and I remember specifically the 3rd book, which is this season, how it ends. And I don't, no one knows how this season is gonna end. Like, is it gonna be the same as the book? Fingers crossed it is. I can stand on the fact, I'm standing on the business right now, that I'm Team Conrad. Always have been since I read the books. In the show, consistently Team Conrad. If you're Team Jeremiah, I don't know if I could trust you. Truly, I don't know if I can trust you. I always say I'm gonna cut and talk, but I never do because I don't know how to multitask. Hold on. Up until right now, the last episode I watched was the Conrad point of view. Honestly, probably the best episode because we got the best meme out of Jeremiah, and that is the stupid cacao bean meme that he's describing. And it honestly just pissed me off so much because you're telling me you want to spend $750 so you have a specific cake, and it's not even a cute cake, when like all Conrad, like, you can just tell he would do anything to make Belly happy. Genuinely anything. As much as it kills him that she is going to be marrying his brother, which is a whole other thing in itself, would do anything to make her happy, and she is losing everything. She's literally losing everything. She's just lost the venue because Susanna meant so much to her, and also the house means so much to her, and now she can't even get married there. And he's like, oh, Belly, just be happy, like, my dad gave us this blessing. Like, oh, everything he says pisses me off. Every time he comes into a scene, I get mad, and he doesn't ever help himself. Every single time it gets consistently worse. And honestly, like, Belly's low-key at fault too, because there's one scene in the recent episode, her and Conrad, like, flashback scene in his point of view of them like in bed or whatever years ago when they were together, and then it flashes back to them like having this banter that her and Jeremiah don't have. They don't have chemistry. No chemistry at all. And Conrad and her have so much chemistry. Like, it's just so palpable, their chemistry. But literally, where was I going with that? Where was I going with that? I have no idea where I was going with that. Anyway, oh, that Belly's also at fault because seeing that flashback and seeing her relationship with Conrad and all that they had and like the chemistry and the love that they had, to then like not be with him anymore, but then look at his brother and go into a relationship with him and still be able to like look Conrad in the eye after that. Like, I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you do that and then go off and marry him. Jeremiah, which is like an insane decision. And honestly, it's like rage bait at this point, the show. Every time Jeremiah's on the screen, I feel like they're doing it to make us more and more mad. But the best part out of the whole entire season, honestly, is the edits. Like, the edits are better than the show. You guys, whoever make edits, if anyone watching makes edits, you guys are working overtime. And then the edits of Jeremiah and him just being so annoying are even funnier. I'm glad this can all bring us together because honestly, just laughing with everyone in the comments is probably my favorite part. And like the comments of like the pictures, like the Willy Wonka one with Jeremiah is so good. There's one that I reposted of like an edit between Jeremiah and the cake that he couldn't get, and it literally made me laugh so hard. So that's like the only good thing I feel like coming out of this whole Jeremiah situation is the edits, because they really crack me up. Other than that, I do think like in the books we don't get any of these side plot lines like Steven and Taylor we don't get, and I really enjoyed that in the show. I feel like we're not getting much of them right now, but I feel like their chemistry is so good, at least in the show. It's really, really good. But like seeing Belly in his point of view compared to how Belly is with Jeremiah, like it is just so clear. Like so clear, and he would do anything to make her happy. Like he brought her to Michael's because the sale was going on and he knew that she wanted to go so bad, and Jeremiah keeps canceling on her. I'm like, oh my god. And then Jeremiah says, honey, I'm home. Turn around, walk back out the door. You're so annoying. You ruined the most perfect moment between them. They're having fun, they're drinking, they're laughing, they're reminiscing, and they have more chemistry in like 2 words said to each other than Jeremiah and Belly will literally ever have. Honestly, it just gets me worked up talking about the show at this point because it's just like Conrad deserves so much better. The first like few episodes of the season were hard because it was so much Jeremiah and Belly, and Conrad barely got any scenes. So when we finally got like a Conrad point of view, and I think Jenny Han was the one who directed it, she killed it, and the music selection kills it every single time. So gonna need more of her directing the next episodes because it was so good, especially seeing Belly, like I said, in Conrad's point of view, like just like the vision of it. It was just so good. I can't wait for him to find out, and Steven, that Jeremiah cheated. I'm hoping that happens. Like, why have we not talked about that yet with everyone, especially Laurel? Like, can Laurel find out? Also, sorry if you hear the vacuum that's been going. I completely forgot that's on right now. That's all I have right now in like thoughts and stuff. I feel like I'm being rage baited every episode with Jeremiah, and I think Belly's making the worst decision of her entire life, and I don't know how she can't see it right in front of her eyes, where everyone in her life is telling her this is a bad idea, and she's like rushing to have this wedding. I'm like, what's the rush? What's the rush? I feel like Jeremiah's trying to rush because he knows that Belly still likes his brother. And it's like, if he doesn't rush it, she's gonna fall back in love with him, and she probably still is in love with him. She is still in love with him. They still love each other. And it's so crazy because I saw a TikTok and it was so funny. It was like, if these were people in real life and you knew them, you know you're gonna be gossiping about them all the time. Like, that's such like town gossip tea. I can't wait for the next episodes. Hopefully Conrad gets a win somewhere. Right now, I just can't wait to see how it ends. I really can't wait to see what they're doing with the ending, if it's gonna be the same as the book or not. And that's really all I have. I feel like I haven't really been watching many things. I got out of my slump. While I was in my slump, I was watching Love Island USA. I started Love Island UK, but we only got like 6 episodes in, but we're gonna lock back into that soon. Let me know what you guys are watching and if there's anything you think I should watch, because obviously fall is coming in the next, I would say, month or so. Definitely want to rewatch Gilmore Girls. I think I forgot what season I stopped at, but I want to like restart it and go through it again because the earlier episodes were my favorite. I got to like the later episodes and I didn't feel the same as I did the earlier episodes, so I stopped, but I definitely want to do a rewatch and then go all the way through it. Update on Summer in the City. I think I'm like 40% of the way through right now. I didn't have much time to read today, but I'm spending probably later tonight and then tomorrow hopefully to finish it. It's really fast still. I don't really know how much I'm loving it or the characters just yet. I feel like I know our main girl pretty well right now, but our male main character, Parker, like I don't really know. Feel like I know him. It's good so far. Like it's entertaining. I don't think it's anything crazy, and it's not something that'll probably be like too memorable, but when I'm reading it, I'm in it. It's fast paced, it's enjoyable, but I'm probably gonna read more later. So I will come back with a reading journal and book updates. I'm gonna go cut the rest. The last few days filling up this reading journal. I have fully updated it. We are up to date with where we're at right now. It was actually really therapeutic sitting here and doing it and cutting and gluing and being creative again. I'm glad I took a little bit of a break because coming back into it, I was like, okay, I'm having a lot of fun here. So let's go through all the pages that I've updated so far. First page to update was my 25 in 2025. And honestly, I have not been checking this as much as I probably should. So I need to get back into it. And then next to it is the monthly reading tracker. So I updated May, June, and July. The empty one in July is just a DNF, and then it's color coded by rating. So in May, the yellow, there's quite a bit, 4 stars. June, there were 5 stars, which is the pink because those were my rereads. And then July, there's a mixture of ratings, but June was the, I think, lowest month so far of books that I've read. And then the next page is all of like the numerical, how many books I've read so far. So last time I did this, I think there was like 32 or up to 38, something like that is the last time that I colored these in. And then up to right now, there's 57 books done. So on this page, I'm over halfway of completing it, but we'll see if I get to 100 books or not. The next page is my TBR cart, which actually I've unhauled a couple books that are on here, and then I just haven't read some of the other ones that are on here, so I don't know if I'm going to be completing this TBR cart, or I definitely am not going to, because some books I did give away, so didn't complete any of that or color anything there. But the next page is my book of the year, which is so exciting because I just got another recent 5-star read. So I put in onto here, for April I put The Conditions of Will, for May I put My Friends, June The Summer We Ran, which I had my rereads were 5 stars, but I didn't want to put those because obviously those are like 6-star reads for me, so I thought that'd be kind of like cheating. And then July was The Wedding People, and then so far August is The Bright Years. I'm not sure any book is going to top that one, so I just put that one in, and so far we've got a few that are heading for top book of the year. I can't wait to see which one actually wins. And then the next page is my book bingo, which I've gotten a few bingo so far. I did color in, I forgot which ones I did, but I think it was A Buddy Read, Made Me Cry, A Summer Book, 300 pages, so we only have a few left to fill out. And then the next page is my A through C reading challenge. I put C, Can't Get Enough, and I think I did another one, maybe it was My Friends for M. The next page is my reading log. So for here, I think, like I said, I had like 30 books filled out, so I went through all the way up to the 57 up to right now, and I filled out the title, what number book it was, the author, the page numbers there were, and then the star rating that I gave it. And then flipping that one over is my book club. So I updated the June and July book clubs, and then flipping that over we have our series tracker. So I actually completed a few series since I've updated this. I believe I finished Windy City up until right now, completed that one. Vancouver Storms because I read Gloves Off, and then the Skyland series I completed also because I read Can't Get Enough. And then the other page after this one, I didn't read anything from those series, so didn't check any of those off. And then the next page is my physical TBR, which is a complete mess. Like everything for my physical TBR is on my Fable app. I just messed this up, so next reading journal we do, I'll definitely do this better. And then flipping that over is my DNF Graveyard and the bookmark book. So I updated the DNF Graveyard, I did DNF Jill Is Not Happy. I think that was in July. I was in a reading slump, also wasn't really enjoying it, so that's a DNF to add to that. And then the next page is the 2025 new releases. I could definitely add some more that are coming out. I think we've gotten a few more, like Wildcard is coming out soon. I forget the other ones, but there's definitely more. But I had to check off Rewind It Back, Fearless, My Friends, Can't Get Enough, It's a Love Story, One Golden Summer, Sounds Like Love. So there's definitely a few I was able to check off, which is nice. And then after that, we get into updating the TBR and the wrap-ups and all those spreads. This thing hates me. It hates me. The last one I did was my May TBR. It's the last spread I did with you guys in a video, I'm pretty sure. So I did my May wrap up. This one was really fun because I did it a bit differently than the other ones. I didn't want to do the same way I did those, at least for like the setup of it. So I just put the same stickers as the TBR one, and then I printed out the books for it. And then the bar underneath it is the rating I gave it, and then how I read it. I just drew like a little graphic of that one. So that's my wrap up for May. And then the page after that, I made a One Golden Summer page. This one I just printed a bunch of pictures for it, just like the aesthetic of it. I think the aesthetic is so summery, and I really liked the pictures, the aesthetic pictures from Pinterest that I found for that. And then after that, I put my June and July wrap up on like the same 2 pages. So June, like I said, the least amount I've read, because I had 3 rereads, and then I read 3 other books. I did mess up my rating for It's a Love Story because I was watching YouTube while I was doing this, and I was just coloring it in, and I did 5 stars for the first 3, so I kept doing that. But It's a Love Story was 3 stars. The rest of the ones in that month were 3 stars. And then my July wrap up, the bar graph thing is on the side. Like I said, Jill Is Not Happy is empty because that was a DNF, but I put my ratings for those on the side over there. And this month I read 8 books. The page after that is my August TBR. So like I said, I have 10 books in August that I would like to read. I've already read, I believe, 3 of them. Can't Get Enough, Summer in the City we're about to finish, and Wild Dark Shore. I think the next book I read might be from this list as well, so hopefully we'll be getting to, if not all of them, majority of them. And then I forgot to put a little graphic page for My Friends after my May wrap up because I read that in May, but I made a little one just on like a side page. After that, I just had a few pictures that I wanted to put in here, and I saw this collage on Pinterest that I really liked, so I printed that out and I put that with like a little black paper underneath it, just like a little 5-star on the side. Very simple, but I wanted that on here because I do love that book like so much. So that is all I did for my reading journal. It is finally up to date, which I'm really happy about. It's getting thick. You can see when I close it doesn't close all the way from all of the graphics and the papers and everything, so that's very exciting. But right now I'm gonna go finish up our book. I've gotten, I think, halfway through Summer in the City, but I want to read a bunch today. Hopefully we can finish it. It's very fast paced, but I haven't had time to like sit and read a chunk of it at a time, except for tonight. I've got a lot of time. I'm gonna grab my book, I'm gonna start reading some more, I will update you guys, and let's finish off this vlog finishing up the book. Okay, I have finally finished Summer in the City by Alex Astor. This is the perfect length of a rom-com. This is the length of a rom-com I want to see. Some of my favorite romances are a little bit longer. Either way, perfect length. Into the actual book, I feel like I didn't give many great updates. I gave updates of like how far in I was, but not really like actual thoughts of the book and the characters and everything. But looking at this just like surface level, great rom-com. It had a perfect setting. You got like the full feel of a summer in New York. That's the time they're spending together. They hit all the good spots. They do a bunch of things, and I really loved being in our female main character's point of view because I really understood her, especially in the beginning. You know, she's just like this person that's not really filled with anything. She just has her job and she doesn't really leave her house. She doesn't want to do anything. And then you see this like spark, and you see these things kind of like fill her up as she spends time outside, spends time with Parker, does all these different things. She gets inspired, and it was really nice to see her do that. And I feel like the more the story went on, the more we got to know her, especially with her past. Like, she brings up her mom a lot, and I loved her relationship with her mom and the way it was depicted, because it really made me understand like the choices that she made, because her mom always told her like, don't rely on a man for money, don't rely on anyone else for money, like just stick with yourself, like all these things that her mom like put into her head and that she really like took to heart because she loved her mom. And it made me understand the choices that she made, how she was as a person and everything. Like, it just made it like full circle for her, and it made her have some depth to her, and I really enjoyed that, especially when we got to know more of like the emotions behind it and everything. With our male main character Parker, I liked him. Like, he was endearing. Like I said, surface level, he's a great male main character. I mean, he's very much gift giving as like his love language. He's a billionaire. Like, he like uses his money to like, you know, show he cares and everything, but that is not something that our female main character needs. If you wanted to go more deeper into this romance, like, I feel like there was not much emotional depth for Parker, because it didn't make sense to me in the beginning why he started to care for her and show her he cared. Again, if I just look at this like surface level, it was a great rom-com. If you take it for what it is, it's really great. If you're a hopeless romantic, I feel like it has those like spark moments when you're watching like a rom-com on TV. Like, you have those like scenes that are just really cute. But if you expect too much from this book, I think you will be disappointed. But like I said, I'm a hopeless romantic, so those moments for me were really done well. I loved being in the city. I really did. They went to some places that I've personally been to, and just like knowing and being able to picture it in my head and knowing what like they're experiencing there, and in comparison to what I've experienced in the same places, I think that was really fun. I think the tropes in here were done really well. The fake dating and the billionaire moments, especially like he's the person's like, if he wanted to he would, but make it like billionaire edition. I think it was extremely fast paced. But again, if you take it too seriously and you're looking for a lot of like emotional depth and everything like that, and you're trying to get deeper into it, I don't think you'll find that in here. But it's a good fast paced rom-com, and I think it did what it needed to do. So I think I'm gonna give it around like 4 stars. I had a good time. I'm glad I read it during the summer, especially August. Like, the way the whole summer goes, like it ends in August and it wraps up in August, and I think the way it like comes full circle at the end, I enjoyed. I had a good time while I was reading it. So again, I would recommend it if you're looking for like a hopeless romantic rom-com-y story. It did what it had to do. Thank you guys for coming along my bookish adventures for the past few days. I had so much fun filming this video and doing all the bookish things together. If you want to see more of these, please let me know. I hope you guys had fun coming along with me. Let me know if you did, and thank you so much for watching. I will see y'all hopefully in the next one. Bye!